Unfortunately, one of the more popular videos on my channel so far has been this short where I'm reacting to something incredibly stupid that Mrmattyplays said. I freaking hate this video. Why? Because this channel is about starting nuanced conversations, and the conversations that arise from this video are not interesting to me at all. I thought we would all watch Maddie throw a bitch fit over something that would only upset a literal baby, and then we'd all laugh, you'd like and subscribe, and we'd move on to better things. But no, this video is a video that people want to fight me tooth and nail on, and combating these arguments required me to explain to grown people the difference between written text and spoken word. So in this video, I'm going to use my spoken words to explain this one more time. Voice protagonists don't function the same way that silent protagonists do. Why would they? Okay, to get everyone up to speed on the conversation, I'm just going to play my video again. Here it is.
Look at this one. Look at me try to select a actually mean-spirited dialogue option and what my player says.
If we had a stronger civil government instead of a bunch of circus criminals, the Antam wouldn't have a foothold in the first place.
Who is this?
And because of this, I could not stand my character. The one who is at the center of this world, my Rook, I could not stand because anytime he talked, he was not saying what I wanted to say. And he was not saying what I wanted to say. And
he was not saying what I wanted to say.
Of course not. Why would he? Voice protagonists don't say what you imagined. They give a response based on the prompt that you select. Okay, to sum this up, Maddie, a grown-up that has played BioWare games before, is upset, frustrated, because the character in the video game will not say the things that he is thinking. We've all played BioWare games before. We know that the characters don't just read the text out loud. So the idea that the character was supposed to say this verbatim goes out the window. Reading the text and then having the character say what you just read out loud would be boring and pointless. BioWare games are actually notorious for the unpredictability of their dialogue options.
Just here for the beacon. He's also here to evaluate you.
Since when do we answer to the Spectres?
We'll take the bastards down with us.
Say about it?
I've had enough of your snide insinuations.
Oh! Sharkeisha! Oh my god! Sharkeisha!
Son of a bitch!
It's a part of the charm of these games. With voice protagonists, you're not just using your imagination, you're experiencing the dialogue as it happens.
Veilguard also robs dialogue and choices of all their mystery by telling you what each choice is going to result in. I'll do more than demand. Beat down the entire room to get the... Why do you tell me what's going to happen? It's so less exciting. It's like they're spoiling their own story. Let me figure that out. I still don't know why the silent protagonist was abandoned, why the dialogue choices don't always reflect what my character says.
He complains about being told what will happen, and then in the same breath complains about not knowing what will happen. This is the kind of thing that's destroying BioWare, by the way. Imagine actually trying to respond to this schizophrenic feedback, but I digress.
But it shatters my immersion in an RPG constantly when at every turn, my character speaks, and it's not me reading the words in my own head with my own voice, it's just some guy named Rook.
Why, Actman, are you retarded? I get the concept of having narrative preferences, but you make it seem like you take psychic damage every time the character opens his mouth, and it's not just channeling your consciousness through the fucking speakers. The game isn't designed like that. It's okay. I don't like fighting games, but I'm not mad at them for just being how they are. One of the main pieces of feedback that I've gotten on this video is that there was an implied tone in the dialogue option that was not matched by the character speaking. We're going to debunk this idea right now by doing a little experiment. I'm going to put some text on the screen, and I want you to read it in your head how you think I'm going to say it. I'll give you a second. You are so silly. Did I read it the way you thought it? Maybe, probably not. Does that mean that I read it in the wrong tone? No, because written text does not have tone. The tone can be described with additional text, or it can be spoken in the intended tone. But the text does not have tone on its own. However you thought I was going to say it was you imagining it in your own head. It had no bearing on the audio that I recorded in the past. Now imagine actually being upset over that. That's Maddie. I really don't like insulting people's intelligence, but it truly is baby level intellect. You're so silly. You are so silly. You're so silly. There are many different ways that the same text can be spoken. You have no way of knowing exactly what will be said or how it will be said until you experience it. The only thing that you know for sure is that the character is not simply going to say these words verbatim. That's not how these games are designed. Your character doesn't say what you want them to say in orders either. They're silent.
And you don't have much time before you end up the same. I don't remember. I ran away and I hid. I don't know how long. Don't waste time with that talk. You don't want to end up like this.
You're just reading it to yourself. So it's not like Velgard is doing something in the way that is inferior to how it's done in Origins. It's doing something completely different. It's okay to have your preferences, but it's not like voice protagonists don't have any benefits. You get to use your imagination more with silent protagonists, and you get to experience things more with voiced ones. You get more dialogue options with silent protagonists, but voice protagonists also allow you to have different experiences depending on the voice and gender that you select. For example, in Mass Effect, FemShep and Broshep are widely considered to be distinct characters with their own personalities and quirks.
The next few hours will decide the fate of everyone in the galaxy. Every mother, every son, every unborn child. They're trusting you, depending on you to win them their future. A future free from the threat of the Reapers.
The next few hours will decide the fate of everyone in the galaxy. Every mother, every son, every unborn child. They're trusting you, depending on you to win them their future. A future free from the threat of the Reapers.
But take heart. Look around you. You're not in this fight alone. We face our enemy together. And together, we will defeat them.
But take heart. Look around you. You're not in this fight alone. We face our enemy together. And together, we will defeat them.
You don't get that level of variety when your character doesn't have a voice. To wrap up, voiced and silent protagonists have their strengths and weaknesses, but mostly they're just different and function differently. It doesn't really make any sense to impose the expectations of one system onto the other. Maddie was being a baby about that. It's not a big deal. Let's just point, laugh, and move on. Well, that's all I have for today. Like and subscribe for more content like this. Let me know whether you prefer voiced or silent protagonists and why in the comments below. Thanks for watching.